Good morning, welcome back to casa.texpina. We're on build day number 164. We have got plumbers on site, we have got ceiling guys on site, and our general labor crew. And everybody's getting busily started this morning as they get into place and I figure out where they're at, figure out what they're doing. We'll walk around and show you what they're doing. So let's get started. We would like to give a special huge Texas shout out to Paulo Abelos for creating this new 3D casa.texpina intro. Hooah! So out here on the north side of the house where it's all nice and shady this morning, the painters are busily working with the fence grills, still doing body filling. We are starting to put up the edging for the driveway. It's going to have a sloped edge on the sides where it rolls over into the sidewalk, so we're going to do that on both sides of the house here. The plumbers are getting ready to install a check valve on the water meter, so they can more readily tell where and if we have leaks in the system. So continuing on inside the house, Mr. Chucks is still working on installing our main panels, getting those all squared away. Mr. Wilson is over on the side doing skim coat on the fence line, so he's going to be working his way around that way. Mr. Alex here is helping out Mr. Allen here on the inside, doing the kitchen cabinet installs. So these are being custom built on site. The only thing that's going to be store-bought on these will be the only thing store-bought on these is going to be the doors on the front. Okay. Also out here on the front of the house, Mr. Jojo is installing the concrete molding at the top of the front porch columns. So we get that. Now we are up to height and finished, so that's going to be working on that. We've also got two ceiling guys here, and they're getting ready to get started. Once they get started working, I'll show you where they're looking. All right, so we're back up in the media room, a little on the loud side up here. We got Mr. Carlito down here chipping out the excess cement and stuff, where they use this as a place to make concrete and cement. Also, here in the media room half bath, Mr. Willie is chipping out where the countertop is going to go for our lavatory. So the sink's going to go here. We actually got the sink in yesterday. Similar to what was downstairs, it's an undermount. Should be nice once put in place with the granite countertop. So we're going to get that working on today. And our ceiling guys are also up here. They're working on the ceiling furrings. So they're starting to put in the furring strips here. Once the roofers, the fencers return and cover this piece, then the ceiling furring guys will go ahead and extend out the ceiling that direction. Other than that, the next thing they're going to be working on is the ceiling going down above the staircase. So we're going to be from the step, this top step where I'm at, 2.5 meters up, and then it's going to be angled down to the landing, 2.5 meters the height on the landing, and then the same thing down to the bottom. All right, the delivery man has brought a couple of samples for us to take a look at today. These are for the cove base. So we're looking with something kind of simple, but we're figuring that if we got enough of the simple, it'll still be elegant without having to worry about a very intricate design that is hard to maintain and keep clean. So by going with a simpler design, this will be easily cleaned on a regular basis. This one up top will be the, as they call it here, they call it a cornice. In the States, we're used to calling it crown molding. This will go up around the top of the ceiling here, in between the wall and the ceiling on the top. So right there in that corner is where this will go. Both of these, as far as the samples, this is solid wood with a hard laminate exterior. All right, the kitchen cabinet is coming along a little bit at a time. We've got a piece done here on the end, and the bottom board for the back. This here is going to be open all the way through, so it's just going to be the cabinet door on this side and be able to reach around. It's going to be a nice little hidey cubby spot for some stuff, because our refrigerator is going to sit here. So, and this isn't wide enough to put in a small door here. So, all right, let me get out of the guy's way and let him get back. Right, so Mr. Willie here is marking out where the sink's going to go. Since we happen to have the sink that's actually going to be in this one, he knows exactly what measurements to make. No balik on this one. And get it right the first time.
No repeat and repeat.
This is going to be good. All right, let's see what the ceiling guys have been busy working the ceiling furring here in the media room. So they got the notch out here where they're going to continue with the ceiling going over the dormer window, or inside the dormer window here. But we're still waiting for the tinsmith to come back and continue. So the rest of it, we've got ceiling furring coming down, and this is going out into the attic space over the garage. The next thing they're getting ready to do, hi Miss Emie. Our garage has turned into the Carpenters workshop. So we've got small cut strips, medium cut strips, larger cut strips, and whole pieces of plyboard. And a nice saw table where they can put pieces and do the furring on the edge. And you may even see Mr. Alex do some more planing later on. And the foreman, Mr. Marlin, is getting in the act and helping out too. Always nice to see the foreman in the mix. Mr. Ben's been out here working this morning, putting in the edging for our the curbs for our driveway, where they're going to meet up with the sidewalk. So he's still working on this side. This side has already been completed to this, at least to this, the end of this stage. So we've got the edge coming down from the fence line down to the curb, where it's smoothed in and added into the curb. My understanding, what they're going to do with this is they're going to bring the sidewalk up, and here we're going to slope it up slightly, just so that this is like a nice ramp coming into the driveway area. All right, our wood shop in the garage got moved. It got kicked out. It's time to start putting in the furring strips for the ceilings here in the garage area. So they're going to get started on this. At least they'll get a partial done. We'll see how far they get through throughout the day. Our wood shop got moved into the breakfast nook. So these guys are continuing to work on the parts and pieces for the breakfast bar and associated cabinetry. That's what Mr. Alex is doing. And over here, they're doing a temporary door hanging. They wanted to see how it's going to work out for the French doors going into the office area. So this is what it looks like beforehand. Notice it does have the rough here on the top, and it still needs to be planed and leveled. It is all solid wood, and they're working on that. So that's what Mr. Allen is working on. Chipping out the door hinges by hand with a chisel, because it's all solid wood. Yeah? Hey, look at that. We got the first door hung. Temporary, of course. French door, so it's got the groove on the side where these two are gonna meet. Wow, look at that, all by hand. All right, time for round two. So as I showed you with the doors, when they came in brand new, they've got the little extra pieces of wood that hang over the edge because these are unfinished. So the top of the door looks like this. Mr. Allen here uses a carpenter's square to make sure that the line is straight on the edge, and then a small handsaw and saws it off. Does that on all four corners. Jojo here is on the back. They're starting to put in the floor or the deck concrete pad that we're going to need here for our water filtration system, the pressure tanks and water filtration system. The subcontractor that's going to be providing that gave us the requirement that we needed a 1 meter by 4 meter concrete pad here. So they're going to bring in the water on this side. It's going to go into a non-pressurized storage tank, and from there it'll go through a pressure booster, and then it'll go into a pressurized tank, and then the rest of this is going to be a water filtration system. The outflow will go, the one in the back is going to feed the cold water supply for the entire house. The second one here in the middle is actually going to supply the cold water supply to the solar hot water heater, which is going to be on the other side of that roof there. The third pipe that's closest to us will actually go away. That's there primarily just for pressure testing the system as it sits right now. All right, and so that stub up there will go away. However, that water pipe does continue, and it supplies our, if you'll see right on the back side of Mr. Jojo's foot here, there's a pipe that comes out, and this goes back here and feeds our hose bibs around the outside of the building, around the outside perimeter. Ken Spencer cruising right along, going quickly here in the garage area. So they've already got all the hanging supports throughout the entire garage area. Now that we're starting to work on the first set of laterals, going side to side, front to back, as it would be. Touch on them in a minute. The sink area has been cast up here in the media room half bath. So Mr. Willie out there in the yellow shirt has formed it all up, got it ready, and it has already been poured, and we will take a look at this again tomorrow after it gets cured for a little while. That's where we got some of the most beautiful cloud formations and prism effects here. I've never seen so many solar rainbows. That's just the sun shining through the back side of the clouds. Couple different layers there, really pretty looking. Something different to see. Well, the temporary hanging is almost done. He's still got a little bit of trim work to do. But this will be the front, this will be the French door going into the office. Nice. Yeah. So this is the, remember yesterday we pulled out what the floor samples were going to, the tile samples were going to look like on the walls. Yes, they're laid out on the floor, but for right now, this would be the floor, the wall tiles. So this is the half bath upstairs in the media room, and this is for the Jack and Jill bath back down the hallway. Then these here, so we got 4 tiles that go together. That creates the design, and we're going to put this out in the driveway and the garage. Very nice. I think that's going to look good. It's going to help pull in the different colors in the house. So we've got gold, we've got the silver, or a light gray, dark gray, and it's got a texture to it, so it's a textured finish. Don't have to worry about slipping and busting your butt somewhere. Should be great for the garage. All right, folks, it's yabba dabba do time, but I think it might be time to get ready to put on your polyester leisure suits and get ready to hit the discotheque, because today we had ceilings, floors, sinks, and doors, and lots of people. Oh wait, is that how that goes? Ceiling, floor, windows, doors, windows, sinks, something like that. Guys are working hard today. We actually got some test fits done on one of the for the French doors for the office, and lots of other things going on today. So if y'all like today's video, please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these videos, hit the casa.texpina star right over here and you'll be subscribed. Hit the bell icon just below the view screen. You'll be notified of our next video upload for your viewing pleasure. So until we see you again tomorrow, have a great afternoon and God bless. Then it might be the night fever. We know how to do